Hi, I'm Irene Waweru. I am a real estate lawyer, a public speaker, a wealth creation trainer and author. Today we are at Laico Regency and we are starting off the Wealth Creation 101 mentorship program that shall be held monthly. And we are hoping to challenge people to believe in themselves, to believe that they were created to be wealthy, and wealth is a multiplication of resources. I hope that people will come out of this place feeling challenged and motivated to become a better them, because only in becoming a better you can you then have a better income.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Let's put our hands together for one and only Irene Waweru. Makofi kwake tafadhali. Is she looking good? Makofi kwake basi. Karibu sana, Irene.
Asante sana. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Irene.
Thank you for making me feel important. And thank you for making me feel that the person who put all this makeup on me did a good job. That my money did not go to waste. How are you doing this evening? Fantastic? Excellent. Joel, thank you very much for that introduction. That means I don't have to reintroduce myself to you again, but I'll tell you much more about myself. And thank you, Boniface. Where are you, Boniface? Millionaire Boniface. There are people in this town who call themselves millionaires because they believe in the power of the word. So Millionaire Boniface, thank you very much. And Millionaire Sarah, thank you very much. Well, as you've heard, my names are Irene Waweru, and you've heard all the other stuff that has been said. There's some things that pain me about our society. And before I tell you the things that pain me, what pains you? I would like to know what pains you in our society. Is there something that pains you in our society? It's only me. Wow, poverty. Somebody has said poverty.
It pains me that wealth creation is not viewed as an attitude, nor given to us from when we are young kids.
Very good. Yes?
I think for me, I'm saddened by the fact that our education system does not address wealth creation at all. So you do primary, high school, and university, nowhere will we ever be taught about wealth creation.
Excellent observation. My pain is the same as yours. To see people idle and able-bodied people on the streets hoping that a miracle will happen, and they're not part of that miracle. You know, so they're waiting. Actually, in your mother tongue, is there something for tunagojea Mungu? We are waiting for God. Like we have nothing to do with it. I grew up in a middle-class family, and what that meant is that sometimes we had and sometimes we didn't. It meant that sometimes we'd see sausages just once in a year and chocolates once in a year. So I knew what chocolates were and what sausages were. When I knew that that was an advantage is when my mother chose to take me to a school in Kericho called Kaplong Girls, which by the way is now a national school. But all my life I never told anybody where I went to school because nobody knew. Uko ni wapi? So, but now I can tell you it's a national school. And I'd been called to State House. So why did my mom take me there? I don't know. Anyhow, it is at that point that I realized that I was advantaged in a way because I knew I was more exposed. Actually, I grew up in a village in Nairobi. Nairobi has villages, not in the slums. Village. Even when I was in primary school, because I went to a good primary school, I never used to say where I came from, because the kids would say we are from Kileleshwa, Buruburu. Buruburu those days was hot. It's not like now that looks like slums. You know, Buruburu phase 1. There was no phase 2 and 3. I'm that old, sorry. My point was that during those days, I felt that I was at a better position than my schoolmates. However, there's something that bothered me when I was growing up. And what was bothering me is, can't we have these sausages all the time? Can't we have these chocolates all the time? How come sometimes you have and sometimes you don't have? And here I know we are middle class, all of us. And those who are parents, sometimes you provide good things for your kids and sometimes you don't have the money. That's the middle class way of doing things. You know, sometimes you have money, sometimes you don't have money. And so I was disturbed all along, and I wondered, why can't we have all the time? I went to university, I became a Christian, I was reading the Bible, and the Bible was saying that Jesus came that we might have an abundant life. Really? Christians are poor. I mean, I knew I was going to become a born-again Christian at some point, but when I'm 65, not now, you know. And I became a Christian when I was in university. But I thought I would become a Christian at 65. Why? Because these guys are poor, you know, and we don't want to be poor. I continued to read the Bible, and it said that God has given us the power to get wealth. Really? Do these Christians read the same Bible as I do? So I continued searching and reading. I started this search in 1993. That tells you I'm old. Those are 22 years ago. Yeah? And one day I got an aha moment, and I realized you can have all the time, but you have to be involved in the wealth creation process. But like I say, the wealth creation process, God has done his part. He has put the software in us. Each one of us was born with that software. And so that introduces us to the subject of today, which is awakening the wealth creation mindset. This topic has 8 rules. 8 rules of awakening the wealth creation mindset. However, today we will only cover 4 because I need you to take something home with you. It is very bad for you to invest your time in an event like this, pay your money, and go home empty-handed. So we will go step by step, okay? So the first rule of wealth creation is you must believe you are created to be wealthy. Many of us do not believe that we have the ability to be wealthy. But like I have just told you, you are created with that software. All of us. You know, it's like a baby boy. A baby boy, he's a child, and so we expect he's a child. But you know there's a difference between a baby boy and a baby girl. How many parents do we have here? There's a difference. Most of you are not parents, but it seems. There's a difference between a baby boy and a baby girl. This baby boy has the software of manhood in him. You call him once, he'll answer you. You call him a second time, he's not going to answer you. This is a boy who is less than a year. Because you're wasting his time. He has got better things to do. You go with him to church and he notices girls, especially the cute ones. He is less than 1 year. You try to feed him when he's seated in one place. He doesn't want to be constrained to one place. So you feed him as he's running, and you try to confine him and he screams because he's got the software of a man, and men are supposed to be creators. So just the same way the baby boy has a software for manhood, all of us were created with that software of being wealthy. Now, however, we do not believe in that. We believe in what society has made us to believe, and that is what we call the 4 myths of wealth creation. And the first myth of wealth creation is that you need a lot of money to be wealthy. The truth is, if you do not have the financial discipline or ability to multiply 1,000 shillings into 3,000 shillings, even if you earn 10,000 shillings, your life will remain at a constant. You'll not be able to use it for your good. The second myth is that we believe there's a correlation between how well educated you are and how wealthy one becomes. We all remember a guy called Jenga Karume. Who remembers Jenga Karume? Jenga Karume could not read or write. He's what we call illiterate. But he was one of the richest men in this country. True or false? True. And he started as a charcoal dealer. He started better than we did. So that myth of there's a correlation between how well educated you are and wealth is a myth, because we're in the 21st century now. What does that mean? It means that the 21st century does not reward education on its own. You have to be creative and innovative. So as you pursue education, which I really believe you should, and you all look educated, you must also work towards being creative and innovative. And that's where our challenge is as Kenyans, isn't it?